Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Gibson. I'm co-owner of Vanishing Ink Tattoo Removal in St. Charles, Illinois. And here are 7 of the most common questions that you may have regarding laser tattoo removal. Well, laser tattoo, the way it works in the skin is laser puts a pulse of energy, light energy, into the skin. And what happens is that laser is specific for certain colors in the skin, colors in your tattoo ink. The tattoo ink absorbs the color, causes it to actually heat up and break apart into smaller particles. The smaller particles are then picked up by the body's immune system and actually gets flushed from the system. And then eventually, after the treatment, you have, over the next several weeks, you have more and more of the particles taken away. And each time you have a session, you have a breakdown of the colored ink more and more, until eventually the tattoo is completely gone. Well, it depends on the size and how many sessions you need. Generally, here at Vanishing Ink, what we charge is beginning at $80 per session. It can go up from there depending on the size of the tattoo. It's not based on color, and it's not based on location. It's strictly based on size. That depends on several things. One is the size, as we talked about earlier. The second thing that affects as far as how long it's going to take is what kind of colors are involved. So the easiest inks to remove are the black inks and darker inks. The ones that are more difficult is when you start getting more into the reds, yellows, and some of the greens can take a little bit longer. Now here at Vanishing Ink, our laser does remove all of those, but it may take anywhere between 5 sessions on up. Tattoo removal does have some pain associated with it. The way best describe it is if you're cooking in front of the stove and you get splashed with a little bit of grease, that it will have that same kind of feel to it. We do have various measures here to keep your pain under control, and part of our discussion when we evaluate you is to discuss that. Generally, if there is a scar in place of the tattoo when you first got it, or from some other reason, you will have continued scar there. Generally, the tattoo removal process itself does not cause scarring and should leave your skin intact the way it was prior to getting your tattoo. Yes, we can do one of 2 things, or one of several things. We can fade the tattoo. For instance, some people want to replace the tattoo with something different. And instead of having a larger tattoo put in place, they just want to have it faded to the point where they can have a new tattoo put on. So we can do that, or we can take out part of your tattoo. Let's say there's one section that you don't like, or a word is misspelled. We can go in, we can take out the section that you don't like, or the misspelled word completely, and then what you can do is go back to your tattoo artist and have them repair it. Biggest side effects that you have with any type of laser tattoo removal is it can cause redness, swelling. People will describe it as having a sunburn. It can also cause some bruising occasionally. It can also cause some blistering occasionally, as well as it can cause hypo or hyperpigmentation. Hypopigmentation is a lightening of the skin. Hyperpigmentation is a darkening of the skin. Now, some of that depends on your skin type. And generally, most of those side effects will actually go away, even including the hyper and hypopigmentation part of it. It may take several weeks, even up to several months, but generally there's no reason why it can't go back to your skin color. Rarely do we see people that are left with permanent discoloration, but it is always potential.